Come on in. Okay, this is my client Nate, and today what we're going to do is we're going to give him a skin tight fade. We're just going to just even the top up, edge his beard up. Right now, the guys, they want the meanest fade on the side. They want the top to be as long as possible, and they want their beards to grow out. Today is November 1st. We're getting into No Shave November, so that's even more intense. So we're excited about this, and I'm about to lace him and bless him. These are my Andis tools that I'm going to be using. I got the Andis shavers, the Andis Nations, cordless LIs. I also have the Andis Masters, the Slimline Pros, Matakki scissors, as well as a Matakki blade, a fresh one, as well as the attachments that I'm going to be using in accordance with my Masters and my Andis MVs. Now I'm going to use 3 types of combs. I have them in barber side. The first one is just a standard hair cutting styling comb. I'm also going to be using a standard barber taper comb, as well as an Andis clipper comb. When starting a haircut, you always want to just comb through everything. You know, take control of the moment. Get a feel for his hair, his beard. So I'm using my Andis Slimline Pros to basically start vaulting them out at the very bottom. In the state of Ohio, we are not allowed to use neck dusters or dusters that you see people dusting necks off with all the time. We use basically towels, and it can be quite expensive because what we do is we just, for each customer, just grab off a fresh roll just like this, twist it up, and use it to wipe down. You constantly got to be removing hair. So what I'm doing is I'm just still just making sure I have like a guideline in all the way around his head. This is what we call a standard chili. I know chili bowls are in style right now over in the UK, but they haven't here in the United States yet. Andis blessed me with these shavers, these copper foils right here. The secret to using these shavers here is that you gotta be super finesse and super light when you use them. The lighter you are and the more finesse like you are, when you're shaving with these, the more hair it'll take off and the more smoother it'll be. So basically you don't want to press hard in order to remove the hair. You might have to go over the same spot a couple times, but you don't have to press hard. And that's what gets this bottom part super smooth, shady smooth. Make sure I remove any excess hair. As I see the sunlight coming through the door, I can see those baby blonde fine hairs. We will get those with the razor. Now I got the Andis Nation fade clipper. This is the coldest fade clipper on the planet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it like this, I'm going to hit his beard and go up into his fade and start fading out that first line. I'm about a ½ inch, but you can be at an inch, ½ inch, ¼ inch, however deep you want the fade to be. If you want the fade to be more condensed, then you might be at a ¼ inch. But I'm about ½ inch on his beard and ½ inch on his actual fade on the side. So we set those lines in. Just constantly keep removing hair. I'll grab like my Andis outliners. And I'm also using my thumb to move his skin some to make sure I get up under that line and make it disappear. Now notice I just dropped my, well I didn't drop them, but I just put down my outliners because I saw something in the initial fade. I saw like jagged lines that were going kind of like vertically down. So I just hit those. Now I'm going back to the outliners. Lighting plays such a role where you're standing, the time of day. So you're looking at the line that you're trying to take out from all different angles. Fading this bottom portion of his head out with edges, liners, not clippers. I've got the zero attachment right here with the fade clipper. I'm about an inch into his beard, but still not below his earlobe. Now I'm about to go into the fade. The blade is closed. Now I have the number 2 attachment. And you see where his hairline starts? I'm going to take it up to that, but I'm not going to go in. I'm going to go straight up all the way around. Originally, I did the 2 all the way up to here, and then I went to the 1.5, and now I'm using the 1 and knocking that line out. Okay, so I got my Andis fade clipper here, and the blade is open. It's not closed, that's closed, it's open. Grab the 1.5 Andis attachment, and I'll put them on Andis Masters. So I'm using this now. We originally went with a 2 up, and now I got my 1.5. I'm going back into this fade. And the blade is closed. Going down, I'm going to my 1 attachment. As you blend out that one area, you might see another area, which is what I'm seeing right now, that might require the 0 attachment. So I went to my 0 attachment. I call it unfinished business. Now I'm seeing something else as I come down. So I just took the attachment off and the blade is open. Alright, so here's that line right there. Sometimes you have to take out a line that's higher to be able to see more clearly lines that are lower. So here's my 1 attachment with the fade clipper. It's looking nice. Back to my 1 attachment. What I like to do at this point, just to make sure there are like no mess ups, I'll go to my Matakki scissors, just lightly add some water just right around through this area. I'm kind of like getting bored with the fading aspect of it. We're not bored, that's not the word to use, is it? He's letting his top grow out, but it's probably uneven, and that's my main concern, is keeping his length, but just making sure the top is evened out. His hair is like, he has like really nice, thick hair. It's kind of like between wavy and curly, so it's wonderful. He can do a lot of things with his hair. So we don't really, his hair looks pretty much even already. As I comb through it to look at it, before I even cut, there are some little bit of even spots, but those are the spots that we're going to remove. I just want to make sure everything's up here on the very, very top is even, so that way when we do style it, put some clay in his hair, everything flows real nice. You see the little bit that I'm taking off requires scissors that cut with a lot of precision and that are super sharp, because I'm not really taking that much length off. I just want to make sure everything's even there. But my main focus was, in bringing the fade in, was the sides. So when I'm looking at the sides right here, I'm going through and going as short as I can with my fingers all the way around. Going through, checking. Found one. Got him. His hair. So there's multiple things that you can do. Take out this roughage right up in through here. You can scissor over comb to blend it out. You can use clipper over comb to blend this out. Or you can grab the biggest attachment that I have in my drawer, which is a number 4 attachment. So I'm going with my number 4 and knocking this out. The ball. And I want you to know that this attachment is not even touching his scalp. And I'm looking at this paper, this angle, it's looking pretty nice. But I can't convince myself that totally until I turn toward the mirror and I look in the mirror to see what it's looking like. Because the mirror is going to project something totally different than what I'm looking at straight on. So there's the mirror right there, and I'm seeing a line right here, and I'm seeing some thickness right into there. And as I turn them around and look at other parts, his fade is like, oh, it's almost there, it's crispy. But we got something for that. Go to a number 3 and start taking out what I didn't see looking straight on as opposed to looking right at my mirror. So little spots like that, there's a dark spot in there. The secret to that is some Matakki thinning shears and a taper comb. I look in my mirror and I'm pointing right at it. And then where my finger is at, I'll come right back to it. Now that line right there is going as far as I can see. It might be a little bit heavy right up into there some more. Wow, look at that fade. Are you catching that fade right there? I'm going all the way around. I'm looking. Thinning shears, blending shears, whatever you want to call them. The best ones to use are the sharpest. Of course, that would be Matakki. I'm getting good results with them. You can go to Matakki.com and get them in whatever size you want, whatever style you want. They got them right-handed, left-handed. I'm going back to this Andis Nation Fade Li Clipper. So I'm using a foam on his beard, basically to soften it before I put that hot towel on. You always want to make sure the customer is as comfortable as possible. We have the headrest here for him. And make sure that we have the right proper angle when we're using our razor. So I'm gonna edge him up from his hairline right here all the way down and then under his neck. So between the heat and the water and the time and the foam, we got his beard and his skin right where we want it. To me, the best shave cream on the planet is this Redken Bruise shave cream, the wonderful aid for like sensitive skin. Now we're going to start with my Matakki razor. Comb that hair down so that way I can make sure the bottom is completely even. Notice how I didn't put any shave cream up here. And for what? Change the direction of the blade going around his mustache. Basically backhand. Get his nose out of the way. But at the same time, I'm pulling his lip down just to get those little fine hairs. Now it's like right here at the top, we just want to just pretty much stay close to the natural hairline right here. So if I go up in here, I'm not really trying to create another hairline or anything super crispy right here because it's just so natural. Some things just leave well enough alone. or if it ain't, broke, why fix it? Then you can come back through these areas right here to get it closer in the opposite direction. And this blade is super sharp. His skin is ultra prepped. This is Red and Bruise beard oil, and it's for your skin too as well, just to soften it up. So you got a little nick there, you can put that on there. I can feel his beard getting soft as we speak. As I just touch it, it's just getting softer and softer. That crunchy granola, shredded wheat feeling is going away. And now it's getting more luxurious. They just come through with a pick. Like that. Oh man, this pick is going through here with the greatest of ease. And just to show you how good that oil is, here I'll use a taper comb and comb through it so you can see it's going through real nice. But I'm picking this beard out though, just so I can get those loose edges, those loose ends. This baby fine hair is what I was talking about. So now I'm removing what some people call in the industry off his beard, stragglers. And that beard oil too, like when you're trimming beards, for some reason, it makes the beard easier to trim. This beard went from being brown to like golden. Here's my multi-purpose Slimline Pros. Getting the hair off his lip. So here's the left side of the skin tight fade blended into his beard. Here's the back. And then here's the right side. Nasty. And then here's the front. Again, this is one of our most popular haircuts. Again, we're live here at Still and Steam Hair and Skin Services in Canal, Winchester, Ohio, home of the National Barber Museum.